Here's why young adults are being screwed by the education system. Number one, it starts in the public schooling system. And number two, it continues on as we go into college. Now, I'm not against education. I have a 4-year bachelor's degree, I have an executive banking certificate. But what I am against is not teaching young adults true financial literacy. There's two major reasons why young adults are being screwed through the education system. Number one is they don't teach about inflation, which is silent taxation, how inflation is silently eroding your purchasing power. And number two is they teach them to use debt incorrectly. So as parents, we're teaching our kids to go to school, get a job, get a 401k, buy a home, get a car, get a credit card, have a good credit score, just like they told you in the schooling system. They give you 2 15-minute breaks, a 30-minute lunch to get a good grade point average. They trained us to be workers. They trained us to be debt slaves. So the first thing is inflation. Young adults, listen to me, pay attention. If you don't get a 3% raise every single year, you become poor. The US dollar's collapsed 96 to 97% since 1913. This is not your parents' economy. So if you don't get a raise that beats 3% inflation every year, you become poor. Doesn't that piss you off? Number two is you shouldn't be getting out of school or getting out of high school and monetizing a car. Basically, going to the bank, you make $30,000 a year, you go to the bank to get a $30,000 car. You just took away from your future labor. You can't afford that car. So now you have inflation that's taking away your buying power. Every year you're getting poor. You just gave away future labor that you haven't even worked yet by monetizing or getting credit for a car. Now, you haven't been taught this because your parents weren't taught this, and the schooling system on purpose taught you how to be good debt slaves, because the only way the system works is if you're in debt. So since your parents are in debt, and that's how the system works, if we teach you how to get out of debt, the system collapses. There has to be debt slaves in order for the system to continue. Now, I'm not saying debt is bad, but this is how you should be using it. Pay attention. So remember, income is debt. There's no money in the system. So young adults, when you get income, you should be working to buy cash flow. Now, if you're young, you have time to hustle and grind. So you could take your income, maybe start a side hustle. For example, you'll see on some of my Instagram stories, an amazing young man who comes and does detailing for our car. He's crushing it. Pay attention to my stories. He can increase his income over and over again because he can get more clients and then he can scale that business. That's genius. Now, if he takes that income, which I'll be sitting down with him soon, and transmutes it into more cash flow through dividend stocks, and outside of that into assets that beat inflation and stays out of debt, by the time he becomes 30, he'll be wealthy beyond measure. First, you take your income and you create cash flow. That's income that comes in while you sleep. You don't have to labor for it. Example, dividend stocks, Warren Buffett. Next, outside of debts and non-negotiables, keep your debts really low. You put it into assets, that beat inflation. The younger you are, the more